Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and it's officially been 1 week since Season 15 released, what I'm deeming to be the season that saved Overwatch 2. Now, I absolutely love this season. Not only that, I also love what's going to be coming up in the following seasons. Season 16, Season 17, even Season 18. But, we're going to get ahead of ourselves. Today, I just want to talk about Season 15. Now, I already know, some people are going to say, oh, but Bro You Whack, I don't love the Battle Pass. The Zenyatta Mythic skin sucks, and I don't love how we don't have a brand new map. And shh. It's all right. Why? Because we have this thing called perks. Perks!
Yo, Percocet, Miley Percocet.
Perks was the big thing that came out this season, but also was supposed to be the big thing that came out just this whole entire year. They try to do this every single year where they have a big, massive change. Last year it was a competitive reset. This year it's with perks that not only changed how you customize your own hero, but more importantly, try to combat counterplay. Now, if you don't know how perks work, you really wouldn't understand how this actually combats counterplay. But basically, if you pick your hero at the beginning, you're gonna gain this thing called perk progression, and you get this by getting kills, healing, and really just playing the game and sticking with this hero. And if you swap off of that hero, especially with tank, you're gonna lose all that perk progression versus their heroes or their tank, where they're gonna have a minor benefit to maybe one of their abilities, maybe their primary fire, their secondary fire. They're just gonna have a competitive edge over you because they decide to stick with the hero. And that's where this idea of how perks can try to combat counterplay, but what it's also doing, it's just making the game more fun. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I really love just some of the goofy perks that some of the heroes have. Like, have you seen Zenyatta floating? Have you seen Ryan out shield bashing like Brigitte? Have you seen Bastion fire grenades from his turret? Like, that's not only fun, but scary too. Bastion is now meta because of that perk. Now, not every hero is getting a funny, goofy, ha-ha perk like Zenyatta or Sigma being able to fly, essentially. Like someone like Tracer, they're getting boring perks, but very beneficial perks to their already existing playstyle that'll just make them more effective. Like, I can confidently say about 95% of the hero roster got unique perks to their hero kit, but also very useful perks. Like, very few heroes got bad perks. The exception to that is like Junkrat and Ramatra, who I think actually got the opposite of perks, where you actually hinder yourself by picking some of these upgrades. Oh, and trust me, I'm gonna be ranking some of these perks in a video later on this week because some are just so bad that they have to be roasted. But overall, I think the perk system did two things that solved an issue that so many people had. The first is with counterplay. Even though it doesn't fully solve it, you still have counterplay prevalent because, well, it's not just gonna go away. You can still swap heroes. But the second thing that perks did that I don't see enough people talking about is that it changes the gameplay of Overwatch just enough without making it a totally different game. So many people hated Overwatch 2 when it first released because it was basically Overwatch 1.1. But now that perks were added into the game, it changes it just enough to make it seem like, hey, this is a bit different and a bit more fun. And I think that's just why a lot of people like Season 15, is because it feels like, I'm not saying it is, but it feels like Blizzard is finally listening to the community and finally giving us what we want. They're changing up the gameplay a little bit. They brought back loot boxes. They brought it from the dead, something that I didn't think that they were ever gonna do. But if we can have loot boxes be purchasable so that us gambling addicts can give you even more money, Blizzard, please do that in the future. Speaking of cosmetics that are just here to scam you, we also see the Battle Pass, and we see one element of Blizzard just finally changing how they handle cosmetics, and it's all in the form of a Carico skin in the Battle Pass. I'm not trying to give Blizzard too much credit, but this is also something that a lot of people had issues with, and that's having bad skins in the Battle Pass. Well, that Rainy Day Carico skin is no bad skin. That also goes for the Rainy Day Mercy skin, which is for free, and the Rainy Day May skin, which is also a Twitch drop that you can still earn on my Twitch up until March 10th. But that's besides the point. You already know that they would have paid well, I guess they did pay well the Carico skin, but the Mercy skin and the May skin in the old days, but now in Season 15, they're going down a different path, and it seems like it's guided by the Kasune in the Battle Pass. But for the rest of the Battle Pass, it's not my favorite Battle Pass. The Zenyatta Mythic skin, yeah, it's definitely a mythic skin. Hey, not everything in Season 15 can be a home run, but that just goes to show how good Season 15 is, because if bad cosmetics won't bring it down, there's gotta be other killer points. Case in point, the Galaxy weapons that you can earn as competitive rewards. Finally, they brought a competitive reward that we actually care about. I mean, gold, that's a classic reward, but people only really cared about that up until like 2019, and then Jade came out just last year and people hated it. I mean, I think over time people started to appreciate Jade, but when they laid their eyes on the Galaxy weapons, oh, people just jumped into competitive. And I would know because I've been getting some trash players on my team. And it's all because of these beautiful purple weapons. But if I could have one nitpick, Blizzard, allow us to customize the Galaxy effect, because in the trailer they will look way more Galaxy than these purple weapons in a sense that you could barely see the stars with. On top of the rewards, we also have rank weapon charms, we have competitive drives returning like they do for every single season, and we also have competitive borders that got brought back. And while I might have called these additions rather than just things that were already in the game beforehand that they took out, just seeing them being brought back after we were basically begging Blizzard to bring them back, it's cool to see, even though like we won't applaud them because, well, they took them out in the beginning. I'm just trying to make the point that we were begging them to bring it back. And well, we got it. We got it at the end of the season, we got it throughout the season, we got it at the beginning of the season. I know the rank reset left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, but I think that's gonna happen with every rank reset. Like if you place plat in season 14 and then you're like at silver 1 in season 15, yeah, you're gonna be pissed. But just know that if you got plat beforehand, you can easily get to plat. That goes for every single rank. But up until this point, we talked about more free skins, and we got that with the rainy day skins. We talked about changes to the gameplay, and we got that with perks. We talked about more competitive rewards. We got that with Galaxy weapons and also weapon charms. When I said that, it seems like Blizzard is finally listening and giving us what we want. Like, these are concerns that we've had for the longest time. Like, I'm trying to look at Overwatch like, okay, well, what else is missing? Well, with this PvE, you know, kind of the whole reason why there's a 2 next to Overwatch's name, and that'll always be something that's like, yeah, they're giving us everything that we want, but what about the campaign that they promised us?
Overwatch 2 will feature a ton of PvE content.
And what about making the battle pass just permanent every single time you buy it? And honestly, what about the other things that Marvel Rivals is doing right that you're still not doing, Blizzard? And it's so funny. There's a lot of people that want Overwatch to do what Marvel Rivals is doing, but as soon as Overwatch does anything remotely close to Marvel Rivals, people say that Overwatch is copying them, like when they make a third-person mode. But then at that point, didn't Marvel Rivals copy Fortnite? I'm just joking because that's honestly just a dumb comparison. But yes, that doesn't mean that Overwatch just completely wiped away all of its problems. There's still tons of it. I mean, counterplay is still a thing. Balancing is still a huge issue that I think they're going to solve and really focus with the mid-season patch, especially now with perks, because now not only do you got to balance the heroes, you got to really balance some of these perks, because with Bastion and Ana, they have great perks, and then someone like Junkrat and Ramatra, they have terrible, terrible perks. But not only do we have to look forward to balancing with the mid-season patch, we also look forward to the brand new hero Freyja and the playtest coming at the end of the season, along with competitive drives and even more skins to take money out of our wallet. Like, this is why I love Season 15, because they answered back, and they answered back hard to Marvel Rivals, but I do feel like they're going to continue to push more and more content and more things that we want, not only with Season 16 with hero bans, but Season 17, especially with the playtest with the new hero Aqua and the map voted. There's just so much to look forward to in the future, but especially here in Season 15, this is why I'm saying that this season saved Overwatch 2, because when Marvel Rivals took a good portion of the Overwatch community away from them, I feel like Overwatch did a good job answering back and having them a reason to stay. Like, Overwatch is a great game, just people forgot that because Marvel Rivals is also a great game. It's just newer, and they haven't tainted their community by making dumb decisions. And with Season 15, I think they made all the best decisions that they can make right now, but if they continue to make the best decisions with every following season, then Overwatch is gonna be back, baby. I really do think that. And if you disagree and you think Marvel Rivals is a better game, then that's fine, because that's what we need. Like, that's what Overwatch needed. Overwatch needed competition like Marvel Rivals to really have them listen to the community and really focus on what we want as players, not what they think is best for the game. And we saw that with Season 15. But let me know what you think about Season 15. Have you been boned by the competitive rank reset? Have you been boned by loot boxes? I know I have, but I'm still addicted. And until they add more loot boxes, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch 2 videos to come, and bye.